Hey, what's up everyone? So I get asked the question all the time, is RuneScape actually fun? And to be fair, I asked myself the same exact question 4 months ago when I started playing RuneScape for my very first time. Now, as you might be aware, RuneScape is one of the longest lasting legacies, surviving over 20 years, with OSRS specifically just peaking in its highest player base ever as of August. This begs the question, is the game actually fun? Why are people playing it? And for myself, I think I'm ready to answer that question. First, I want to go to the most obvious thing I think we all think of, the rewards. When you level up, there is a massive amount of dopamine. Not just from seeing that green bar finally reach the end or the fireworks going off, but at the start of the game, you get a lot of levels very quickly. The game spoon feeds you dopamine and it's addicting. Watching your count go from all ones in every skill to 10s, 20s, and 30s in just hours or days really sets in that addiction. But more than just the level ups, there's also the item rewards. Whether it's from a quest or tracking down a crazy archaeologist in the wilderness or raiding, there are so many items that add a tremendous value to the player's account. Anyone who's played RuneScape for a significant amount of time knows that feeling of getting their fire cape for the very first time. It's been over 2 months, I think, since I got mine, and I'm still giddy thinking about that moment. The Jad hands and the excitement and the thrill of it. The items matter in RuneScape, and there are a lot that matter. Now, you don't go through thousands of different gear swaps like in other MMOs, but there are many that add a tremendous value, and they're so important. When you get that fire cape, it stays on you for a very long time. That brings me to my second point, the difficulty. Anyone that got their fire cape also understands this. The euphoria of getting your first fire cape isn't only because the item is good or unique, it's also because it's proof that you accomplished a massive milestone. You didn't get it by sitting in a raid with 39 other players and high rolling for it at the end. You did it on your own, and you put in the hours and hours in the fight caves, learning them and overcoming the Jad hands to do it. Now, I know what some of you are probably thinking. Okay, so you were solo in some dungeon and you beat some boss, but isn't ultimately just clicking in the end? You see, that's actually true for when you first start OSRS. You click to attack, and if you need to run away or about to die, you click to run away, which I've failed to even do that much against a certain frog, but we don't need to get into that. Don't be fooled though. That's not what OSRS eventually transitions to when you get into higher level PvE, or what RuneScape players call PVM. The PVM stresses task switching, decision-making abilities, cursor accuracy, and even your ability to stay calm. For example, I'm currently going through what's called the Corrupted Gauntlet, and when you're fighting this boss, you have to change inventories, swap weapons, change prayer menu, swap prayers, move your character, and re-attack the boss, all in a very limited amount of time. If you don't move your character correctly and continue to do so, you definitely die. Imagine a rhythm game like Guitar Hero, but one missed guitar press and the game just ends. Depending on the mispositioning click, it could be that punishing. So for me, who's someone who got to master tier in League of Legends multiple times and loves a challenge, OSRS provides me that challenge, and it's thrilling. But it isn't just for sweaty players either. RuneScape gives players something that most other MMOs lack: possibilities. Different paths for what you want to do as a player. Sure, there's an optimized path for getting your first fire cape, or an optimized path for completing all the quests as quickly as possible that you can follow if you want to. Or you can just enjoy the game how you want to enjoy it. Day one in Lumbridge, with all the different skills and quests laid out to you, there are just so many options, and the cool thing is none of them are bad. If you want to go and travel to Varrock and meet with Romeo, then do it. If you want to start thieving from the level 1 man right in front of you, or if you want to raid goblins right across the river, all of them progress your account in different ways. And the possibilities don't just end in Lumbridge. Even when you're trying to max out a skill later in the game, there are multiple paths to doing it. Some are more relaxed, and some give you other benefits, and some are sweatier. Like the agility pyramid gives you both agility while making you tons of money. It's up to you as a player on what you feel like doing and what you feel like progressing your account with. Now, this conversation wouldn't be complete without at least mentioning the quests in RuneScape. I should first also state that I'm doing what most players probably shouldn't, and doing all the quests without wiki or quest helper. If you don't know what quest helper is, it's basically a plugin that holds your hands through the quests, showing you exactly where to go, what to click on, just click blue, and all the items you need to do the quest. My method is not a path most people should take, granted, but I'd also really caution new players from completely depending on quest helper's full assistance. If I were to give my advice, don't play as blind as I do for the quests, but also don't completely depend on quest helper and puzzle solvers, or else you won't really experience the quests to their fullest. Some of these quests have hilarious dialogue, intricate puzzles, very challenging boss fights. Use some guidance for the quests, like determining what items you need and where to find certain NPCs, but don't just spacebar through the dialogue and click blue for the first time. So go a little slower and take in the fullness of what these quests offer, and I don't think you'll be disappointed. These aren't your normal quests of go and kill 20 goblins or pick 100 flowers. There's a richness to them with the stories and the depth, and I think at this point there's only like 174 quests in total. So enjoy the journey and don't rush through it. Finally, one of the most important parts to all this is that this isn't a vertical progressing MMO, which means all the stuff you're doing won't be useless in the next expansion. How does that add to enjoyment? Well, consider this. That infernal cape you got, it's not going to be useless in the next month when a better melee cape comes out with a new update. It will always be one of the best items in the game, which adds that incredible feeling when finally achieving that cape, or that 99 skill, or whatever the achievement is that you did. It lasts. Now, if you feel like I left something out of this video that was important to talk about, or even more specifically, what you find most compelling about playing RuneScape yourself, feel free to drop it in the comments below, and feel free to like this video if you enjoyed it. And thank you so much for watching. Till next time, bye.